younger politicians like me who got a thing going on.
For New Mexico, it's the that's getting ugly.
Bring in the plane.
Tonight is about erecting, in parentheses of our outlaw sister city, and electing.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, I hope my syncing is okay, but as always, I have a great remedy if it's not. I'm just going to keep my eyes on the chat for a moment before I introduce you-know-who, the real man of the hour, the one with the power too sweet to be sour. I wonder. Okay, sync is good. Then we have the go-ahead. Thank you, Baxter. Oh, and thank you, Disco Rayado Maximo. You think he's good? Wait, hang on. I knew something fell off. You think he's good, but I know he's great. That's why with every ballot, he's my write-in candidate. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Pepito! Welcome, Pepito. The big question, the one that we always wonder about all week. I know when Sunday comes around, I am peeling off the calendar, ready to dive into a new week. But Monday and Tuesday, all I can do is anticipate the answer to the age-old question that thrills us all. Pepito, how are you?
Oh, shit.
Out of this world. Doesn't it feel weird that we're doing this show all normal after a month of spookiness?
Back to normcore.
I know. I mean, I don't know how familiar the rest of you are, but I'll hip you to a little fact. When you buy face paint to make corpse paint make yourself look all sick for a Halloween episode, they don't sell it in just the amounts needed for one face painting. So I'm sitting here with a huge stash of white and black paint, and I see it, and all I think is, when's the next time I'm gonna have an excuse to corpse paint? You know?
Paint. You could corpse paint any day.
I know. I could, and maybe I should. But then,
Just-
black and white paint. Maybe I go juggalo one day.
Ooh.
Have you been wearing your jewels around? Your Halloween jewels from your heist?
Yeah. Yeah, I've started to get like these indentions in my skull from it.
Right. Did we do
I
a
fell asleep
heist?
the other
Have we done a heist episode? Or just bank robbery?
Bank robbery, I think that.
Yeah, I think so too. But maybe heist is, I don't know. I'm not too familiar. I need to hip myself to the facts of it. I don't know
Yes.
offhand any heisting, but who knows? There could have been a great heist. We did cover in our hostages episode the time that the drunk men went down into the caverns with guns and took hostages and tried to demand that the newspapers send down a reporter to hear their complaints, and they were like some right-wing stuff as far as I remember. But that could have been a heist. They could have taken all the stalactites,
Or the hostages.
I see. You bring up a good point. I do consider hostages to be valuable to society, and taking a hostage is kind of like doing a heist when you really think about it, because I value human life, so it's just as valuable as jewels to me. I mean, that's just the guy I am,
That's good. Wow.
Yeah, Soy Teresa says Eno wore corpse paint every day, and she really did. And that just reminds me, I need to have a button on my little Stream Deck controller here for any time Eno or Doug or Hoof or any of our animal friends are mentioned. Just a button I can hit to make them pop up on screen, because I would love to have Eno show up right now once she is mentioned. Soy Teresa says human lives are equal to the value of jewels, and they are. Full disclosure, once again, we're having a weird issue on my end here, and the chat, I can't move it from the monitor it's on right here to this monitor where I like it to be, where I can like read and still kind of stay on camera. For some reason it's full screen on this monitor, and I can't make it smaller so that I can move. It's ridiculous. But what we really need to get into is talking about rebuilding Phoenix and elections. As a reminder, this is the elections episode, and we are going to name the new mayor of Phoenix by the end of this episode. So if you... Oh my gosh, I forgot to put that on the intro. But if you have a vote that you would like to submit while we're doing this show, you can just put in the chat who you vote for. And if you want it to be secret, you can just put in parentheses secret ballot, and then the name of who you want to vote for, and then parentheses / secret ballot, and that way nobody in the chat will know who you voted for. But That's besides the point. We need to start the show, don't you think, Pepito? Sometimes we drag our feet.
Yeah, it's like it's well.
Little phoenix. Hope for thanks.
Absolutely.
Konda.
Yeah, I don't see. I see Soy Teresa says a wow, and I don't know what that's in regard to. Maybe I said something really prolific or potent. I don't know. But what
Or-
I want to. What? Pepito, I said what?
So Teresa says, because does it actually make it secret?
Sure. To-
Start the. If I was in the chat, I would be saying, "Start the show."
I know you
So,
would.
start the
Absolutely.
show.
Okay. Boots off, boys and girls. There we go. And actually, I do have this set up. Wait, what's that button I just pressed? Oh, that was Bonsai Buddy. Bonsai Buddy showed up on screen. I do have this. I can go to this camera and put my shoes. Yeah, that's how advanced we are here on Caveman News. But the button's been pressed. The producer Nico has spoken, and so it is time to start the show. Get your votes in. You could have emailed your secret ballot votes to cavemannews2025@gmail.com, but I won't be checking that before the end of the show. So just put it in the chat who you'd like to vote for. The candidates, as a reminder, are Conda and Binks, who I'm not seeing in the chat. Maybe Binks got too scared to show up. Wow, what's that?
Chicken.
Well, no, hang on. You gotta give me a second. My eyes aren't good. It takes me a second. What's this?
It was the debate held between you and Binks,
Oh, is that? See, I can't tell.
and I moderated.
That's the three of us.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they got a photo of our debate. But I'm thrilled that they did. We
Too
should
dafu for Twitch.
absolutely. We should set the scene. What Phoenix was and will be is again. We have started the rebuilding process on Phoenix. Would you like to give a summary of what Phoenix was and will be?
Okay. Oh.
GTJD. Welcome to Dark Farts.
Dark Farts in the chat says, "Hi, I don't have sound for some reason, but I'm popping in to commit voter fraud and vote for everyone who's running."
Wow. Okay, so everybody has
so
one
Teresa-
vote.
And so Teresa says, "I don't like your vote casting policies."
Well,
And then she says, "I'm with her."
okay. Well, we're all tied up, Binks and I, 2-2, and write-in votes are welcome. But Pepito, would you like to tell everybody what Phoenix was so that we can get into this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Little Phoenix was the part of Carlsbad that became because the rest of Carlsbad was too scared to be it. And Little Phoenix took the initiative and opened way for brothels and gambling and other cool things.
Yeah, basically. So, in the late 1800s, the founder of Carlsbad, Charles Eddy, put into the bylaws of the town that you couldn't sell or manufacture alcohol or liquor within Carlsbad city limits. And if you did, the city could repossess your property. They could take your building. They could... it was very puritanical system of being. And what the people who liked to party in the 1800s did was they set up their own town just outside city limits. where the modern day Stevens Inn is at was the primary location, but that was Phoenix.
Cinderoni in the chat with breaking news.
Oh,
She says, "I'm sorry, my candidate is running late.
oh
He's
my gosh.
saving the life of one woman and one child."
Yeah, right.
One-
I'll believe it when I see it. I saved 2 children and what was the other thing? A what and a child?
And a woman,
A woman and a child?
one child.
Okay. Yeah, I saved 2 women and 2 children today, so
I saw it.
yeah, exactly. I didn't do it just to show off for Pepito. I was just
He does
feeling
that sort of thing all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I am a savior. But rebuilding Phoenix, we're doing our electing for the new mayor. And tonight we're just going to discuss elections in general. Do you have any...
Oh, brother Phoenix is here.
Uh-oh.
Insert Stone Cold Steve Austin's glass breaking.
Wait, where? What? I don't see
Brother
that in the
Beams, lime
chat.
green,
Oh,
right above
I do
Cinderoni.
see that. Oh my gosh, the glass breaking.
Vote is
Selection.
The showdown we've waited for. Conda versus
vote for
Binks.
Binks.
Absolutely. It is on. But we need to discuss some historical elections in Carlsbad, don't you think? What? Is there something
Yeah.
funny in the chat?
Baxter summed it up pretty good. The showdown we've waited our whole lives for.
Absolutely. 100%.
Conda
Thanks for
versus Binks.
helping me keep an eye on the chat because I hate bending down to look at this monitor. It's not as fun.
Of course.
I'm going to figure it out for next week. But I do have some local election things here. I think this first one is just an ad. This is my grandpa when he was running for Senate in 1992, I believe. And that is kind of telling of my pedigree of politics in our great city. I like that. It's that also has the picture of him on, what is it, New Mexico Businessman Monthly or something like that. I can't. Is that what
This is
it
my
is?
favorite.
Can you tell?
I have to full screen my thing. It says it's pretty
Oh.
black and white. Dang.
No, it's okay. I was just asking if you could see it. If you can't, it's whatever. But that was the first election here in Carlsbad that I was cognizant about. And when I was 6 years old, I did participate in campaigning for my grandpa when he was in the 1992 4th of July parade.
Wow.
Which I do like that. He has the Secret Service and everything. And I'm one of the kids in the back. I had a sign that said, "Vote Papa Jack." And I do think it's a bit disrespectful that that he had to drive his own campaign vehicle. Like, I don't know. I
No,
think he should
it
have been
shows
sitting in the
initiative.
back. What?
It shows initiative and due diligence.
It does.
He's serving his community.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Soy
Soy Teresa has a vote for Binks, so that puts it at
Vote for
Uh,
Binks.
2-1. Binks is in the lead, 2-1. And Pepito, will you make sure to keep monitoring the chat in case any other votes come in while I ramble?
So Teresa said, "This is this is nepotism,"
Yeah, absolutely.
and I
This
stand
is.
for it.
Well,
Love you anyway, Grandpa.
yeah, for sure. He rules. And I have one more grandpa button here, and I can't remember exactly what it is. Oh, I do remember. Here's another photo from when my grandpa was campaigning. This is him cutting the ribbon. What was that? Episode
92.
92. That's what I was going to say, 92. And this is in 1992 when my grandpa was cutting the ribbon for the Democratic headquarters building in Carlsbad. So, great relevant photo.
Freak
I wish I had known about this when we discussed the ribbon cuttings, you know?
Look at that smile.
Oh, absolutely. But okay,
So happy.
let's stop talking about my grandpa running for things and shift our focus to another election with my great grandpa, Elmer. And
Elmer.
yes, absolutely. Shout out to Elmer. There was
The
a
best of them.
what? What'd you
The
say?
best of Elmer.
Oh yeah. What Pepito is referencing there is Elmer bought some organs. I can't remember. It was some New Mexico city up north, and my grandpa bought the school's organs when they sold them, and he had them set up in his room, and he would just jam on the organ all day, and he had these reel-to-reel tapes, these recordings that he made that were just sitting on his organs all the time, and they said the best of Elmer, the very best of Elmer, and the absolute best of Elmer. So I wish I had those reel-to-reels. That would be very cool.
Hey, download them off.
Soy Teresa says, "Whoa, hang on, Pepito, you missed one."
Oh.
Baxter says,
I voting for Con.
Yeah, can you read it so I don't have to scroll?
Solely based on the fact that we became friends first, and I've known him longer.
Absolutely. See, that's nepotism. And Soy Teresa said she would vote for Frank Kindle if she could. And I know I have something here. Yeah, I think I have something from when the mystery producer was reading Frank Kindle's article that he wrote in the newspaper. Mystery producer, will you remind us of what Frank Kindle said in the paper?
I sure want to fly.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, mystery producer. But, okay, I wanted to say something about Elmer. Oh, yeah. So, in 1962, he ran for the House of Representatives. And in the Democratic primary, the New Mexico House of Representatives, obviously, in the Democratic primary, he won by how many votes do you think he won by?
15.
He won by 5. And then he
Whoa.
earned the nickname Landslide Elmer or Landslide Skinner sometimes. Both are applicable, but that's what they
Sounds like a good drink.
Yeah, the Landslide Elmer. And then he did go on to get the Democratic nomination, and the guy he ran against in the primary, he decided to run on a write-in ballot, and when the statewide election was held, Elmer won by 5,000. So he won by 5 initially, and then 5,000. So shout out to Elmer. I know I have another Elmer button, but I can't remember what this one is. This is just another Elmer picture. Yeah, nice little Elmer picture. No waste with Skinner. Very cool. What a handsome man. Where's my chat is paused.
It kind of resembles Beans.
Well, no, he resembles me. Soy Teresa says his family was in the Oregon trade scandal. What?
We all wish we could look like Elmer.
Yeah, absolutely. He's the sickest. Quick Elmer story before we move on to the real meat and potatoes of tonight's show. I remember when I was just driving, I was like 16 or whatever, I would see Elmer out driving his car. He was like 90 or something like that, and he was still driving. and he would just be driving, and Carlsbad, we're a teen. We drive from Sonic to Sonic, and I would often see him on one part of town and then be on another part of town later, and he'd be out driving there. He loved to just go on a joyride. He was a real he used to joke that he wanted to get a car with only one door instead of a two-door because nobody would ever ride with him. He's like, I just want a one-wheel, one whatever. You get it. Funny joke.
Yeah, they make like, there's like a Ferrari like that.
Oh gosh, see, Elmer didn't even know. He would have loved that. But the real and enough of my nepotism. I just wanted to give shout outs to my grandpa and great grandpa because it would feel weird to talk about Carlsbad elections without them. But what I really want to talk about is the 2004 municipal judge election. I don't think you were eligible to vote then, were you?
No.
Yeah. I was eligible to vote by, like, I think the election happened, it was shortly after I became of age, but when I was 18, I was not in the voting in local elections mind. I had...
Justin, you and Baxter
what?
share the same first
The same what?
voting experience.
Oh, yeah. The 2004 election. That's what I want to talk about. The 2004 municipal judge election. And the candidates were... I have a little cheat sheet here. Okay, there were three people primarily running. One was Richard Van Dyke. He was an elk. He was a mason. He was a Shriner. He's very active in the community in all the old men activities. I think of Shriners and Masons and elks as, like, that's what old dudes do. But, yeah, he was very active in that. And he vowed that if he won the he won the position of municipal judge, he said that he would visit the jail to see the results of his sentencing, to see what it was like, So, good for him. And then one of the other candidates was David Redford, an ex-cop. So, of course, he's running to be judge. He's been the jury. He wants to be the executioner. That makes sense. But the third candidate is the one I would have voted for if I were not preoccupied with other 18-year-old things. I was not a responsible young man. The third candidate was somebody by the name of Eduardo Castillo. And let's just look really quick.
Oh shit! So good.
Okay, now I can take off my Eduardo jacket. I had to have it on for.
I was almost gonna vote for Van Dyke.
Let's talk about the time.
Just because it's similar. I was almost gonna vote for Van Dyke's because it's similar to Van Dyke Sparks. But you found a better.
And where's Van Dyke Sparks?
Candidate in Eduardo. Van Dyke Sparks, he's like this composer from the 60s, 70s. It's cool.
Oh, okay. I thought it was an actual park, a place. But we should set the stage and let everybody...
Cinderoni said, "That's a cool jacket."
It is, absolutely. I love it. It was
One thing I wanted to do for Cinderoni tonight.
I'm a garlic girl. I am a fucking garlic girl. I'm a garlic.
nice. Hit her with the garlic girl drops. Beautiful. That one's for you, Cinderoni. She said ha 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 with like a bunch of H's and A's. It was like pa ha 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 ha. You know, she's really hitting that. But we should clarify who Eduardo Castillo is,
Forever.
because not everybody knows, you know? I don't know if you're aware of this, Pepito, but Caveman News is an international success. This show is watched all over the place. Canada, Australia, the Caveman News website, for a while we were getting a lot of hits from Mongolia. So I don't know if the Mongolians are really into southeastern New Mexico history.
Says you're out of sync.
But I'm out of sync. Golly. Fuck. Okay. We gotta stop down. I'm gonna restart. Shit. Hold on. I can't figure this out.
All of Ulan Batar. Well, so Teresa said all of Ulan Batar. I don't know what that is. I think that's a part of Mongolia. Yeah. Well, I'm really into this election. As it turns out, all of Ukraine votes for Binks.
Okay. Pepito?
Yes.
All right. I can't look at the chat.
It's
What?
nothing really was said except for
I'm just saying, going forward for the rest of the show, I can't look at it at all. I cannot see it.
okay.
If I turn it on, we're messed up. So we should be streaming again. Please let me know if anybody says I'm out of sync or anything like that. Or let me know if people say it's good. You know, that'd be excellent. Ay, ay, ay. We're about to talk about Eduardo. I've been looking forward to talking about Eduardo. Anything? Is anybody saying anything?
No, not about this.
Okay, can you... Alright. I don't want to move
Here, I'm
forward
getting
talking
ear-
about... What?
I got my earbud.
Okay. But...
Okay, keep talking. Oh,
Okay.
you look like you're in sync.
Okay. Can you just monitor the chat? I cannot pull it up without... Or wait, maybe I can do this. And then do this.
Good again. Baxter says.
Okay. Wait. What's going on in this chat? I'm confused. I just pulled it up. I was able to pull it up.
Sync is good again. Dark farts. Whoa, Baxter.
I thought
me.
Dark Farts wasn't able to...
All of
Okay,
them.
whatever.
They're all talking about Mongolia voting for you.
Okay, whatever. What's our vote count, Pepito? All of Mongolia for Binks, and then how many do I have?
Oh my God, you were all tied. That's what
Okay.
Teresa says.
Weird. Whatever. Let's talk about Eduardo running for the municipal judge. Technically, y'all are tied. Okay. All right. Excellent. So,
close one.
Eduardo. What?
It's a close one.
Yeah. Okay. So, Eduardo. That's, to me, the main event. What I really want to talk about is Eduardo. And to fill in people who are not familiar with this great man.
Cinderoni hasn't voted.
Right. But she is Binks's election. Golly.
I haven't voted.
Yeah, okay. I want to talk about Eduardo. And if you're not familiar, Eduardo was a great man, and he... Well, let's look at... I have some pictures. There we go. We have Eduardo on the screen now. My familiarity with... Let's start with your familiarity, Pepito. How did you meet? How did you know Eduardo?
We were skating at the block, and we had no obstacles but a launch ramp. But one day, a man appeared and promised to build us a quarter pipe, and did.
Absolutely. And
Thus began everything
what?
that followed.
Oh, everything that followed. My knowledge of Eduardo comes from the fact that he organized shows, concerts, music shows here in Carlsbad. The first one I went to was at the San Jose Plaza. I saw the Femels play. I can't remember who else. Maybe it was... No, I don't think Outlaw was there. But all that to say, Eduardo really had a hand in having these venues where local bands could play. And I remember that first show I went to at the Plaza. I was seeing friend of the show, our acting expert, Brando. He was playing. I think he was in the Femels at the time. But I went to see him because I was friends with Brando. And it really changed my life because to see people my age and my friends playing a show and having, creating their own art and not, waiting for a big band to come to town and everything. It was, hey, we all can play instruments. Why don't we just have our own shows? And to me, that was a game changer to, a real... What?
Well, to catch up on the chat.
Yeah.
Brother Bing said, what's happening is that people known for 25 years are voting against me. And so it's like Teresa, the great people of Mongolia, are voting for me.
Okay, yeah. We're all
And then
tied, plus
said,
Mongolia for Binks.
She might vote for him.
Could be.
But she might not.
Absolutely. But anyway, yeah, okay, whatever. Eduardo was a great man. We still need to do a full episode on Eduardo. We have talked to him, or not talked to him, we've talked about him with Julio back in the day, I think on episode like 15 or something like that. Early on in the show. What?
Aliases.
No, that's when Julio came back. But he first appeared. We called him on I think it was the Holes episode when we talked about various holes in Carlsbad.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
But
you're absolutely right.
What?
She said, Eduardo seems like a really special person.
He was, and
almost mythical in spirit.
What?
Almost mythical in spirit.
Absolutely. Let's hear more about him running for municipal judge in 2004. he said he was quoted in the paper as saying that he said, "I'm not the best candidate, but I'm doing this to show people that they can run for things as well. They can get involved. You know, you can be basically an outsider, nobody like me, who's not a ex-cop or a Shriner or anything like this." And he said he hoped that him entering would encourage the youth to get involved, and that's really what the point of his campaigning and being in the running was, to use it as a tool to encourage others to get involved. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's very Eduardo. That lines up perfectly with him running these venues and giving us the start in our, you know, pursuing music and things like that. I think that's it fits right in line.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear Cobra.
DIY.
Absolutely, the DIY. That's all I was trying to say. Rambling is that it going to a show that he put together of people I was in high school with, and seeing them play music and people having fun and getting down and stuff like that. It really did change my life and made me realize that there was the ability to create our own culture. We didn't have to wait for, you know, bands that were on MTV or whatever to come through. We had our own stuff and we could make our own things and support them, and it was just breathtaking. I want to move on to the questionnaire that the current Argus sent out to the various candidates and read some of Eduardo's responses. They asked Eduardo, "Why are you running?" And he said he wanted to encourage others to run, as I said. And he also pointed out that he was born in Carlsbad and he only planned to serve one term, and after it was over, he was still going to be in Carlsbad, and he was going to do the same thing he's always done, try to help the community and be a positive influence to everybody. And I think that's a great answer. And they asked him... Oh, yeah. I wrote this weird. He also pointed out that he thought he would be... You know, he again did point out that he would not be the best candidate, but he said that he pointed out the reasons he would be good, and he also talked about being bilingual. And he said a lot of times people that speak Spanish and not very good English do end up in the court system and everything, and he's seen people in court not fully understanding what the judge is saying and everything. And he thought being a bilingual judge and being able to communicate with everybody, English and Spanish speaking, was important. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think Eduardo was in the right there. They asked him what his philosophy was, and he quoted MLK, and he said his philosophy was taken from MLK, that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And right on the money. Thank you very much, Eduardo. And what?
Well, Brother Binks unfortunately said that he never got to know Eduardo, but through the stories to tell, he could tell he's a very good, special person.
Absolutely. And I mean, since I've got the button right here,
Oh, Cinderella.
hang on. Yeah, what's this? Cinderoni. I don't know him either, but I saw him once at a concert in Carlsbad at the one venue that was an old church, I think, and offered him some of my cheese mayo sandwich. He accepted half, took one bite, spit it out, said it tasted like government cheese, and threw the rest of his sandwich into the branches of a tree. Beautiful.
I'm a garlic girl.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Eduardo. And Cinderoni.
Mayonnaise and cheese.
Cinderoni does bring up the venues that Eduardo ran, and I just want to point out that I do have the tattoo I have on my right here. I have the Plaza, the first venue of his that I would attend, the warehouse, and then the church is the last one there. But I love this tattoo. It's very important to me. And I love that when I tell stories saying, oh, I was at the Plaza, I was at the Church of Eduardo, I can point to it on my chest. And I think that makes the story that much better.
Cinderoni loves it.
Absolutely. Who couldn't? Next, in the story of Eduardo's municipal judge campaigning, was the controversial forum for all the candidates that the current Argus held. And in this forum, wouldn't you know it, Eduardo kind of made everybody angry at him. And he did so by accusing one of the men running, the Richard Van Dyke, accused him of being a racist and pointed out that his daughter was married to a black man, and he claimed that he was racist to his son-in-law, and that sometimes Van Dyke's daughter would come to Eduardo's house crying because her dad had said racist things to her about her husband. And that stirred up a lot of ill feelings when he publicly made these accusations against Van Dyke. And actually, the current Argus went on to print something that to me is unprecedented. I've never heard this, but they wrote in the newspaper asking people to please not vote for Eduardo on account of his outburst and accusations of racism at his opponent. And so that was kind of heated. But then Eduardo said that the managing editor of the current Argus, David Giuliani, told him that he should do that. And he said, Giuliani told me to say that, and he told me that they were going to have a camera crew there because he thought Van Dyke would attack Eduardo after he said this stuff. And Eduardo said Giuliani told him to do that because the election was pretty boring, which I love Eduardo, but I can understand those who disbelieve him because he was kind of a wild man, and he did get into some trouble, and he did party with the teenagers and whatnot. So I can understand people's skepticism to not believe Eduardo when he said that. But in Eduardo's defense, he said that he told Giuliani weeks in advance that he was going to accuse Van Dyke of racism. And that's when Giuliani said, good, we'll have the camera crew and all this stuff. And when asked about it, Giuliani said he didn't remember if he told Eduardo that he was going to have the camera crew there, which is a kind of convenient little oh, I don't remember if I said this, uh, you know, stuff and egged him on. I believe Eduardo. What do you think?
Uh,
You knew him.
Politics.
Right, right.
So some people just aren't fake enough.
Absolutely. They aren't. Oh gosh. Okay, we should close this out. Let's talk about the
Whoa.
results of the election. The winner was the Eduardo election. Spoiler alert, Eduardo did not win. He did not become a municipal judge. I wish he had. That would have been very cool. And if I would have had my head clear in those days, I would have voted for him. I think the election was just after my 18th birthday, so that was beautiful. But anyway, the results came down to Redford got 1,261 votes. Van Dyke got 1,242. So less than 20 behind Redford, who won. And Eduardo got 406, which is pretty meager compared to the other two. But
Still.
Eduardo, who, in addition to saying that he wanted to encourage other people to get involved and to run and things like this, he said that there was very little representation in local politics from people who came from the south side of town. And in the south side of town, at the San Jose polling place, we were just talking about Eduardo throwing shows at the San Jose Plaza. At that polling place, Eduardo had twice as many votes as the winner, Redford. And he had more votes than the other two guys combined in the San Jose area. So he did speak to the people in the south side of the city. He was not overlooked. They appreciated him, and I think that's a very beautiful thing. I wish he would have won. That would have been great. Where are we at on our vote count?
Cinderoni
there it
voted for
is.
Binks.
Okay, Binks is ahead, 3-2. Beautiful. Really quick before we close things out, we need to... Yeah, whatever. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good one, Pepito.
That's a heated debate.
I do want to briefly mention last night's election and I'm not talking about Mom Donnie winning. I'm talking about the Carlsbad elections. And can I see your face?
That was for Nico.
Okay, beautiful. You should put it in the Discord or whatever. Okay. She asked to see it again. I thought you were just hiding. Let's just talk briefly about the election in Carlsbad, here in Carlsbad last night, where for the city council seat for Ward 2, the winner was Jeff Forrest. You remember him?
Whoa. Yeah, I knew him. He was in my English class.
Yeah, he's 1 year younger
It's
than
like Tom
me.
Cruise.
Ugh. Well, he won the city council seat for Ward 2, and you know who he beat?
Paul Hartstock.
Gosh, Paul would have crushed him. No, he ran unopposed. Nobody ran against him, and that's why he won. And to that I say, the reason he won is because I was not running against him. And
yeah.
I had my mind set on other things like Caveman News and things like that. And if I had run against Jeff Forrest, it wouldn't have gone down that way, you know? And maybe in the future, he won't be so unopposed. I mean, what do you think? Maybe Pepito should run.
Hell yeah. And it turns out Brother Binks, Just Forrest, is kind of my friend. His dad, Bobby, and my dad were best friends in high school and college.
For sure. And his grandfather, Mayor Bob Forrest, who we have discussed a few times on Caveman News. It's been a while. But Mayor Bob Forrest and my grandpa are friends as well. But I just want to put that out there. A warning that I think somebody needs to run against Jeff Forrest in the future. I think it should be Pepito. I would love to run your campaign.
Sure, why not?
I do appreciate all you've done running my campaign for the mayor of Phoenix. It looks like it did not come out in my favor, but you know what?
Oh.
I am glad that we have resurrected Phoenix and it is back. What's this?
It's you announced the winner, right?
No, I have not announced the winner. Gosh.
I thought you just said Binks won.
I said it looks like it. I was gonna build up to announcing it. I was trying to make a concession speech. I was trying to say that it looks like I might not win. I mean, people could flood the chat in these last few minutes and there could be an outpouring of holy shit. Brother Binks says vote Pepito to put out the, in quotations or in parentheses, Jeff Forrest fire. There it is. 100%.
Jeff Forrest tire fire.
Absolutely. But I'm just trying to say that it looks like I probably won't be winning this one. But what I'm happy about is that Phoenix is back. It is officially back. We're not building it in the same location because they put the Stevens Inn motel there. And for now, we're going to keep it as an undisclosed location. But if anybody asks you if Phoenix is resurrected, assure them that it is. We have it in a secret location. And okay. All right, it is time to announce the winner. The new mayor of Phoenix is... Hang on. We can have a drum roll, can't we? Binks. Congratulations, Binks.
Thanks.
Yep. I congratulate you. I salute you. Binks is the new mayor of Phoenix. He has...
Binks.
He has... Yes.
Binks.
Yes. He has won with a resounding mandate. The entire country of Mongolia has thrown their weight behind him as well. And I'm excited to see... Okay, now, does this have text? I can't see this.
Says Little Phoenix Mayor, Brother Binks.
Okay. Absolutely. Binks. Wonderful. Beautiful. And we do love it. I would like to, at this time, announce that I'm going to be devoting my time to campaigning for Pepito to unseat Jeff Forrest. And I am also throwing in my hat to Wonderful. To be on the Chamber of Commerce. They used to call Frank Kindle the... Nice. They used to call Frank Kindle the walking Chamber of Commerce because he was such a great and outspoken advocate and advertisement for the greatness of Carlsbad, traveling around the world, always telling them, bringing brochures about Carlsbad everywhere. And I would like to live that legacy. I would like to be on the Chamber of Commerce. I will say this, Jeff Forrest, I don't know you very well. We haven't talked in many, many years. But I will say you have your expertise running the tire business and things like this. But this dude over here, Pepito, is a great spokesperson for Carlsbad. Who knows more? I would reckon that Pepito knows more about the history of our town of Carlsbad than Jeff Forrest. You know? I mean, who could really speak about this wonderful world better than you could? Jeff Forrest surely couldn't. And I just want to leave everybody with that.
Hell yeah.
I feel like we missed a bunch in the chat, Pepito. I have no idea what people are talking about.
There's emojis. There's a goat with glasses blinking.
Okay. Whatever. It's too late. We're over it. We're past it. We're beyond it. We're moving on. We're shutting the show down. Jeff Forrest.
One thing left.
What? Oh yeah.
Justin.
We forgot the lyric of the week and the guest invite of the week. Take it away, Pepito.
Well, Brother Bing said he'd like to make Kaka my vice mayor so that he can take my spot when I inevitably die in a hot pocket-related house fire.
Nice. Beautiful.
Oh, damn. You be careful of heating up those hot pockets out there, Brother Bing.
I think we are going to rule Phoenix wonderfully. And, hey, who knows? There was the sister city to the outlaw sister city of Phoenix that originally we had read was called Lone Wolf. It was over there by where Pierre Leva is now. But it was also called Wolf Town, which I like that name better. And Wolf Town needs to come back as well, and it needs a mayor. So, yeah, who knows? Big things coming. Chamber of Commerce, City Council member, Ward 2, Pepito. We should close this. You have a guest invite and a lyric of the week?
Sure, yes. I'd like to invite Zoran Mondani to keep it.
Nice.
And this lyric of the week comes from a song called Lost My Mind. And it goes, I'm afraid of failure, but damn, I always try. Even if I lose some days, I'll never lose my fight. And you might know me, you might know what's inside. But please always love me, though.
Beautiful.
Sorry.
Well, no apologizing. Only apologize for apologizing. That's all I want out of you. And I will say we were joined at the last minute. He didn't vote, though. There's the guy.
Oh, shit.
Don't delay.
That's him. Beautiful. All right. We should. I can't even tell what time it is. All right. Yeah. We should.
9:09.
Yes. We should close. No. It's 10:09.
8:08.
No. 10:09. Fix your clock, dude. I think you forgot to reset it after daylight savings time because it is 10:10 here in Carlsbad. Beautiful. Let's close this thing out. Next week, we're going to finally talk about Ma'am Jones, the classic woman from Carlsbad history that we initially tried to announce that we were going to talk about her back in September, but then the strike happened, the producers' strike, and we had to cover the history of labor strikes in Carlsbad. And then we had the Spooky Month Spectacular. Whoops. I didn't mean that. And yeah. Anyway, Papito, I'm losing my mind. Let's close this thing out. Beautiful. Is that something new? Oh.
That was you if you had one.
Oh, nah. But I didn't save that one for the future. All right.
Oh.
1312.
Mayor Binks. 1312.
Yes. I'm delighted to serve under Mayor Binks. Absolutely. We're Dafu1312. If you're here next week, we'll see you. Goodbye.
Bye, 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 bye.
I sure want to fly. Well, no more news of importance. Adios. Love to all. Frank.
I've been a rascal all my life.
My face.
I've been a rascal all my life.
Wow. Great thing. Wow.
Garlic girl. I'm a garlic girl. I am a fucking garlic girl. I'm a garlic girl. I'm a garlic girl.
I've been a rascal all my life.
I'm a garlic girl. I am a fucking garlic girl. I'm a garlic.
Wow.
I'm a fucking garlic girl.
Wow. What a great thing.
You know what?
Great thing.
I've been a rascal all my life.